Hey everybody, it's Jamie Lee.
And I'm Alexia Cortez here at Ami Clubwear. Today we're going to be doing a little segment on words of caution for models new to the industry. Our first tip of the day is never go to a photo shoot or a casting alone. If the photographer insists that you come alone, do not shoot with him. That means he's unprofessional and doesn't understand the needs of a model to be safe.
And in my personal experience recently, on modelmayhem.com, I'm sure some of you guys have heard of that, and some of you potential models may even use that. A guy actually approached me about a casting to actually go to his apartment. That is something you should never do, and if you do consider doing that, definitely take someone with you because you don't know what could happen.
Definitely don't go to any castings that are at a reputable agency's office, or if it's not a public place like Starbucks,
Definitely.
Even Burger King. Just whatever you do, do not go alone.
Okay guys, so the next tip, which I think is really quite important, and it has happened to me before in the past, is when you're going for a test shoot, be very careful, because I've been caught out before where they've actually invited me for a 2 to 3 hour test shoot, but it's actually been where they've used the images and I haven't been paid any compensation for them. Really, a test shoot should only be 10 to 20 minutes long maximum, and it should just include a few shots. Maybe they should look at your portfolio, have a word with the clients, but never 2 to 3 hours and then see your images on their website. So that's totally unacceptable. Okay, and this also leads on to another point. One of my good friends in the UK had a shoot with a photographer, and she thought it was for her portfolio only. And this is where sometimes photographers, if not professional, can catch you out. She then saw her photographs on a toothpaste advertisement around the UK where the photographer had actually taken her images without her permission and then resold them. So then they appeared on billboards across the UK, and of course my friend did not receive any compensation for this, so she was left miserable that her images have been used without her permission. So that is very, very key point, because you really need to read release forms when you're doing a shoot, and if you're not sure, do not sign anything, because then your images could be used for a lot of money and you're getting nothing from it.
I really need to mention the importance of understanding release forms. A lot of times photographers or companies will hand you a release form that gives them complete universal, irrevocable, forever possession of your photos and the ability to use them. So you might see your face or your video in a commercial, or you just don't know where your image is going to end up. So be very careful with releases, and if you feel like your release needs to be adjusted, feel free to make an amendment on there and initial it there, and make sure that the client reads it as well and signs it. One more thing about being selective with photographers: please, when you're starting, it's so worth it to actually pay a photographer to start off your portfolio.
Definitely.
The reason being, there are a lot of photographers out there that are willing to do free photo shoots, especially on Model Mayhem. But please remember that those images last forever on the internet these days. So if you have unflattering images of you on the internet with bad lighting, maybe no retouching, weird angles, maybe you have a nipple slip.
I still have that now on Google. Don't Google me.
Unfortunately, it lasts forever, girls. So please, when you're starting out, just save up and pay a great photographer. It's going to help.
It's true, because I've got photographs on Google now from when I was 18 years old. That's a long time ago, guys. So yeah, you need to make sure at least they're quality, even if I do look very young.
Yeah, don't let the free price tag entice you to get subpar images.
Okay guys, so another topic that I just want to touch on is the fact that the modeling life, although people sometimes may think it's glamorous, it most certainly is not. Isn't that right, Alexia?
So true.
It's
no idea.
A lot of hard work. It's early mornings, late finishes. It applies to the UK and the US from what I'm learning. It's just hard work, and a lot of models go into promotional modeling, which I and Alexia both do, and that is, although it's fun, you have to deal with a lot of guys, you have to be confident, you have to be able to interact with people, you have to be on your feet and heels for long hours, and it's a lot of flying, driving, traveling. It's not as glamorous as it thinks, and all them photographs you see afterwards, there's a lot of hard work on a part of a lot of different people, whether it be photographers, makeup artists, stylists, the models. And it takes a big team for everybody to look that good in the photographs and for us to come up with the final images. So bear that in mind before embarking in a career in modeling.
To add to what Jamie just said, I want to let you girls know that confidence is key. You're going to be interacting with so many different people in this industry, from consumers to clients to bosses. Everybody that you meet could be a potential connection. You definitely don't want to burn any bridges. Also, you don't want to let anything that anybody says to you get to you. You have to have thick skin. You have to have confidence. You have to let things roll off your back. People are going to tell you that you're too fat, too skinny, too old, too young, too blonde. I mean, whatever. You just have to know what works for you. And finally, one thing that kind of goes without saying is you really, really have to try to be punctual in this industry. Being early is the best. On time is good. If you're late, some clients are not going to put up with it. I can honestly say that I lost a contract that was probably worth $10,000 because I tried to make it to an interview and ran out of gas. I was on empty, I was 15 minutes late, and I was pretty much told a couple months later that that cost me the job.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I know. I'm bummed about it.
Yeah.
I know. Don't press it, especially in LA. It's hard. Some clients understand, but some people are just really gun-ho about that.
Yeah, you've got to be professional in every aspect, just like with any job, any career. So just remember, guys, okay, your tips for today are: never go to castings or shoots alone. Always take a chaperone, and make sure you don't go to anywhere like an apartment or a house. Always go to somewhere public like Starbucks, Burger King, or at the offices of the client.
Make sure you look out for two-way mirrors, and anywhere else a hidden camera could be in changing rooms and bathrooms. No, seriously. You never know. There are some real creepers out there. Mm-hmm. Make sure you have a great understanding about releases and what your role is in the photo shoot. Again, don't let test shoots go on for 2 to 3 hours. And I mean, really, it should take 5 to 10, maybe 20 minutes at the most.
Agreed. And remember, this is a tough industry. It's not all easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as we say in England. Because at the end of the day of a hard shoot, like myself, I'm going to go home, put my feet up, and have some tea and crumpets.
Crikey, my favorite.
Ooh! Great accent, lovely.
Thank you. Say water.
Water. And then I'm going to have some water with my tea and crumpet.
She's been practicing.